Hi, it's Luke. Welcome back to another video on this channel. Today we're going to be coding a set of buttons that will open trade orders, and they will use risking percent as opposed to using lots. And we're going to do this in MQL5. So first we click the IDE icon, we click New, Expert Advisor from Template, and then Next. We give the EA a name. I'll call mine percent risk trade buttons. Obviously you call yours whatever you want. Once you've done that, you click Next, Next and Finish. We delete everything above the onInit function and we delete all the comments. I also like to arrange the curly brackets. So now that we have a clean template to work with, let's get started. First, we add the built-in trade library so that our EA can open and manage orders. Next, we instantiate our trade object, and below that we declare two global variables, one for ask and one for bid, to hold the current market prices. We'll define several inputs. We will use risking percent, which sets the percentage of your balance to risk per trade. The pending offset controls how far from the market price we place the pending orders. Obviously, we want stop loss and a take profit. We will have these in points, and we'll create a magic number which tags each order so then we can identify them later. Now in the onInit block, we tell our trade object to use that magic number for every order. In the onInit function, we build an array of our 6 button names and we then loop through them all, deleting each chart object so there's nothing left behind when the EA is removed. Now let's write the get lot size to convert the risk percent into a precise lot size. We read the account balance. We multiply by risk percent divided by 100 to get the money at risk. We retrieve the symbols point size, tick value and tick size, and we calculate how much 1 point is worth in account currency. We divide the money at risk by stop loss points times value per point to get a raw lot size, and then we clamp around that size according to the broker's minimum, maximum and step rules. Finally, the function returns the exact lot size needed to risk our inputted percentage. In the onTick function, we update the ask and bid with the latest prices. We set the chart offsets X, Y, O and DY. And we call the create button 6 times to stack our buy, sell, buy limit, buy stop, sell limit and sell stop buttons down the screen. The create button helper will check if a button exists and it will create it if it doesn't exist. It anchors the button to the chosen corner. We apply the X and Y offsets. Sizes it to 150 times 50 pixels, labels it with its name, and sets a high Z order so it always sits on top of the chart. Finally, in the on-chart event, we handle each button click. We exit immediately if the event isn't an object click. Then we call get lot size once to get our risk-based volume. If the clicked object is buy button, we send a market buy at ask with a stop loss below and TP above. If it's a sell button, we send a market sell at bid with a stop loss above and TP below. For a buy limit button, we compute the price as ask minus pending offset, and we send a buy limit order with a stop loss and TP relative to that price. For the buy stop button, we add pending offset to ask and send a buy stop. The sell limit button, we add the pending offset to bid and we send a sell limit. For the sell stop button, we subtract the pending offset from the bid and we send a sell stop. In every case, the stop loss and the TP distances are always measured from the entry price. That completes the code. Now we can compile. Let's go over to MT5. So now we want to click View, Navigator, drag and drop the file onto the chart. So you will now see the inputs. We will choose 1% risk per trade. We will leave the rest as it is and we click OK. You'll now see all 6 buttons appear on the right side of the chart. But before we continue, we just need to go back to the code and we need to swap the buy limit and buy stops round because for some reason I messed them up. Compile, go back. So now you can see we press the buy stop button. Invalid price. So we need to take the ask price minus the pending offset, not plus the pending offset for our buy limit. For a buy stop, we need it to be ask plus the pending offset. And that should be okay. Go back over to MT5. Now, if we click the buy stop button, you can see that it's working perfectly and it is placed at 100 pips away from the current entry price. We can also move it, which is quite cool. We delete it and we check the sell stop, it's exactly the same. We can also move it around wherever you want it to be. Buy button, sell button, both works. And then obviously the sell limit, sell stop, sell limit, buy stop, and buy limit all work. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. As always, trade safe, and I will see you in the next one.